Hi everyone, Maggie here. I am still in Costa Rica, and you will probably hear some really loud thunder that just went. There is a massive rainstorm happening out there, and I was going to shoot you a little video down at the river, but it's way too wet for me to do that. So I'm here in the place that I'm staying in the midst of a very intense tropical rainstorm, which is awesome. It's exciting. And I wanted to share with you kind of what's going on for me, because I think that it will relate to at least some of you and maybe where you're at, or where you're thinking of, which is I am in the midst of making an enormous change in my life. I am looking at coming and living in Costa Rica in the next few years, joining a community of people who are creating the future now in a way that I feel very aligned with. And it terrifies me. It also inspires me and excites me and enlivens me. But there's a part of me that's like, you're going to do what? Like my mind, right? My mind is coming with all these reasons of why this is insane and why I shouldn't do it. And then there's another part of me that just has this kind of grief about leaving my friends, leaving my home, doing something really different, not knowing what's going to happen. Did you see that lightning? Whoa! Okay, so it's right overhead. Fortunately, I love this. I love rain. I grew up in Seattle. We didn't have thunderstorms, though. I find thunderstorms super exciting. Anyway, to get back to the topic here, we're in a very, very dynamic time here on planet Earth where many things are changing and many things need to change in a big way. And this is why I am choosing to make this big step. And you probably have your own version of this. I don't know what it is specifically, unless I do a reading for you or, have a chat with you. But I think that many of us are being called at this point to do some really pretty radical different things. Because the way we've been living life just is not sustainable. I mean, it's just not going to continue working. And we need to make some big changes, personally and collectively. And I want to invite you to spend a few minutes just feeling into what's your next step. What's the thing that's calling you forward into the future? I'm here because I can feel my future calling me forward. Okay? It's not a particularly cognitive thing. It's highly intuitive. My sacral has been the whole time. It's been like ever since I found out about the Ecovilla that I'm joining. It's been a full-on yes. And I made a decision a few years ago that I would follow what my sacral said. So now I'm living my practice, right? Practicing what I preach. And I want to invite you to go inside and really feel about what is the big change that might be right in front of you, that you might be really scared of, that your sacral or your inner authority, whatever that might be, is a yes to. Like there's part of you that already knows, but you're resisting it. You're afraid. You're uncertain. We like to have a sense of certainty in our lives. I mean, I'm a fourth line, and fourth lines like to have a sense of where their foundation is, right? But I'm somebody who multiple times in my life have left whatever it was that I knew to go and create a new life. And it has scared me every time, but it's also always worked out. And I know a bunch of people who come to me for readings come to me because they feel they're in that place. And that's one of the things I support them with, is to be able to get to that part where they can actually take the steps that their inner being is already urging them to do. The key thing is to get clear about what truly matters to you. We get conditioned into believing that we need certain things and that we should want those things, and that when we acquire those things, we're going to feel successful, we're going to feel happy, we're going to feel satisfied. But so many of those things are presented to us by profit-driven forces that want us to buy things. And we think, if I buy this thing, it's going to make me happy. retail therapy? Anyone? And yet, you know, you get the job, you get the education, you get the house, you get the partner, you even have the kids, and then you go, really? Really? It happened to me when I was in my mid-30s, which is when I decided to leave my job at Columbia. I just went, you know what? There's something not right about this. I didn't even know exactly what it was at the time, but I knew that there was something not right about it. And when I walked away from Columbia, I walked away from everything that I had been setting up my entire life for up until that point. 15 years to get to the place where I was. And I left because the inner push, future calling me forward, was so strong that I said yes, and I just did it, not having any idea where I was going. But I could feel that what really mattered to me was for me to feel more aligned and to feel more alive and to feel that I was making the contribution I came here to make. And I had to go out of the known in order for me to discover that and develop it and pursue it. And this will be the fourth major change of this sort that I have made in my life. So I want you to know that it gets easier the more you do it. And you too can do it. And the thing you want to focus on is, what is it that really matters? And how can you bring more and more of that into your life? So I want to just invite you to take a few minutes today, tonight, write in your journal, go for a walk, go out in a rainstorm, wherever you are, whatever's happening, and just have a heart-to-heart with yourself. You know, really, really have a heart-to-heart and feel into your body and feel what is it that your inner being is guiding you to. And notice if you do have fear. I have the gate 28, the gate of struggle, right? And so I can go into fear. I can go into victim consciousness. And I choose not to. I choose to go into adventure. And my 28 keeps leading me into adventure. So we all have the gate 28. Some of us have it defined. I have it defined in my chart. You may or may not. But I invite you to lean into the unknown. Lean into what your future is calling you into. Lean into the thing that you know is right, even though you're afraid. All right, I will be back with a more regular video next week because I will be back in California. But I wanted to share a little bit more of Costa Rica with you. All right, many blessings, much love. Bye for now.